up?
Hey, how you doing?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm doing pretty good. I can't complain.
That's what's up. I know the red lips is popping, honey. I'm loving it.
Thank you. Thank you.
Absolutely. So tell everybody, who are you?
Well, my name is Quinetta Davis. I'm the author of the book titled Targeted at Birth. I wrote a book 5 years ago surrounding my childhood trauma. And that's just what I've been doing. I've been doing podcast shows. I got into the film industry the same year I released the book in 2021. So it's just been a, uphill battle.
Well, I love the name. Targeted Birth.
Thank you so much.
That's deep. Right off the rip. And you said you've been through the film industry as well?
Yeah, I got in 2021 when I released the book.
So are you making a movie out of that book?
I got a lot of people that's interested. When I first released the book, I went through a lot with that book. I've had people put it on their website saying books to films, and I've had to send emails. I didn't talk to you. We don't know each other. Please remove my book. Wow. It's just been a real iffy situation. But yes, I'm very interested in turning it into a movie.
Okay, yeah. Let's talk. I shoot.
I seen that on your page. I was like, okay, yeah. With this one.
Yeah, we can definitely make that happen. I love that name. That name is amazing. So tell us about you. Who are you, though? I know you're right, but who are you?
I'm originally from Orangeburg, South Carolina. I left there 20-some years ago, escaping the trauma. Even though I was older, I still had two sons that were 2 years old at the time. And I didn't want them to grow up feeling like I did, so I just up in the middle of the night and just packed up what I could pack up and just left. I've been going from that day to this one and never looked back. I just wanted my kids to feel way more love from a mother than I got. Me and my mother, I have mommy issues, so me and my mother, we don't have a great relationship. I don't hate her. I still love her to death. But it's just that I just think she has a hole in her heart, and I'm okay with meeting her where she is. But I'm just not going to be okay with constantly being abused. So I chose peace over pain.
Do you think that hole in her heart came from where her mom?
Her mom is actually who raised me. So I grew up in the house with my siblings. It was 5 of us. My father, I had a few cousins. The house was a full house. 3 bedrooms. Poverty was at its all-time high. And my grandmother really held it together with my father. So I don't know. I've searched. As a kid, I looked and I was wondering, like, she always said that my grandmother was a good mother and she's always been humble. And so I don't know where it came from. I don't know. Because it's 11 of them. And no one acts like her. So I don't understand.
Oh, it could be your dad then.
But she
sound like him.
Yeah, well, that's true. I look a whole lot like him, but I have other siblings that he's also their father. So I still couldn't understand why. And I was so tight with her. I kept trying to fight for her love, and I would still go around her even when I moved away. But the abuse got worse over the years. No matter how old I got, how old my kids got, it's like my kids barely know her, and they're in their 20s.
Wow. And do you talk to her now? Is she still living?
Yeah, she's still living. We don't have a relationship at all.
Wow. So basically you had to learn on your own how to raise kids and not be that way that she was to you, right?
Yeah, and I got a lot of lessons from my grandmother. So she didn't only teach me how to raise my kids, she taught me how to survive as a single mother. So I knew how to do things to make it work for me. I never reached out for help back home from anybody. I just weathered the storm on my own because I knew that it was like times I knew I could never tell my mother if I was ever going through a struggle because she would wait till a family gathering and pick at that. I got really sick in 2006 and the doctors gave up on me giving birth to my son, my last son. And they called her and let her know that, she's not doing well. She ignored that fact. She never told anyone else in the family. I had no way of contacting anybody. I ended up being on tons of anxiety, depression medication. That led to heart issues, which I still take heart medication. I will have to take that for the rest of my life. But I had damaged my body so bad with the anxiety and depression medication. And she will make my heart flutter so bad. When I go back home, I automatically got so fluttered and like I don't even want to step into the house. That's just how I felt about her after so many years that went on to where she had just this so much damage had been done. And it was like no turning back from it. I kept trying to heal. So the only way I knew that I would get the healing is if I stayed away. And that's what I did.
So when did you start writing?
I just wrote that one book. One day even when it came to the name, everybody is drawn to the name. I just asked God, honestly, God, where do I go with this? I just started writing. One day I just woke up and I was just like, I'm just going to write it out.
Oh, wow.
And it just happened.
Did you go to therapy before that?
Never went to any type of therapy, but I asked her several times. I asked her, I said, are you willing to go to therapy with me? We can try to mend our relationship. She said no. She ended up telling people in the family that I told her that I wanted to go to therapy for my mental. And I mean, the whole story got twisted. And that was the straw for me. I was like, I asked her for therapy, and this is all I get. So that was the last straw for me. I was just like, let me heal on my own. So I ended up going to therapy the year that I wrote the book. That was the first time I'd ever went to therapy. And it was very, very, very helpful. So now I scream, like, you need to go to therapy because, growing up in our community, we're taught that maybe one race goes to therapy. That ain't for us. That's just what we were taught. So we don't know to reach out for help or tell somebody, or we just act it out. And that is what I did. I acted out. You could see it all over me. You could see it in the weight loss. You could see it in the medication I was taking. But no one came to my rescue. So it was just like me against the world.
And then, too, our people always want to push stuff under the rug, too. You know what I mean? Oh, no, we don't have a problem. Our family is amazing. You know what I mean? So if you go to therapy, that means you got to tell people. So that, you know what I mean? If you want to keep everything a secret, you don't want to act like you got the problem, then nobody's going to want to go.
I got so much backlash from that book from my family. The thing was that I shouldn't have told as much as I told. Oh, yeah, it's true, but that's still your mama. But that's still your mom. I got so sick of hearing that's still your mother because I'm somebody's mother, too. So what do? Let her run me down in the ground until I have nothing to give my own children? So, and I just kind of like, those were the ones I cut off, too. Because when it came to protecting anybody, it wasn't me.
Nobody was there.
It wasn't me.
Where's your dad?
Oh, the inbox flooded. Oh, my dad is still a part of my life. I'm a daddy's girl at heart. So he's still a part of my life. When I released the book, he knew nothing about it. I just handed it to him one day. And he read the entire book, and of course he was furious. He was upset with the world. And I asked him to forgive me for a lot of things that I was forced to do. And, I betrayed him at the hands of her. And so, but he didn't have that against me because I was a kid fighting for love. So it wasn't nothing that I wouldn't do for my mother to make her love me back.
Right. Did you ever ask him about their relationship? Or did you see their relationship?
Yes, I write about it in my book. It was a lot of arguing and it was a lot of disrespect. It was a lot. It was a lot.
Yeah. Because I know just from me doing like a stage play on men on how they act now is from what stems from when they grew up. That's why I kind of focus on how people act. Goes a lot of how they was, brought up. That you just don't that way. Sometimes you see things or people make you mad and you take it out on other people, things like that. So
at first I kept trying to, think, okay, maybe the love that she's giving me is all that she has, and that's just what I have to take. Because she had me at, 14, 15? And my sister and then I have an older sister. So my older sister was born 2 years prior to that. So she never had a childhood. So I felt like she didn't know how to be a mom, which was understandable. It happens. It's still happening today. I'm not going to hold that against her, and never did. But, however, I think that for me, it was the fact that you never even, she didn't have to raise us. My grandmother was there, so she didn't have to. So all of the abuse and the disrespect and mistreatment could have been set aside. It didn't have to happen. We were out of your way.